Because I believe that the debate is called the state of the nation for a reason. And I'm here to speak about the real state of our nation and to speak the truth, nothing but the truth, the whole truth, so help me God.
This is One Avenue, a space for your news, views, reviews, and much more. Welcome back to the space, all hopeful people. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the content. Turn on your post notification bell so as a drop of content, it will be instantaneously available to use. Bless up all loyal and hopeful people. Thank you very much for your support. In today's Views on the Avenue, we will be looking at Senator Gabriela Morris' speech that she delivered in the parliament a few days ago. Some people, she will be breaking down the failure of Andrew Holness-led administration. So in this one, my people, just pay attention to her and listen to her throughout the end. And in the meantime, leave your views and thoughts in the comment section below. And if you are new here, welcome to the space, my people. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Let's get into it and hear what you got to say.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now I want to shift to talking a little bit about values. Jamaica, as I said, is known for its vibrant culture. And every speaker who's in this house has at some point acknowledged that we are people of resilient spirit. We have to, though, acknowledge that some cracks have begun to erode the foundations of our national identity. And the values that once described us, once defined us, hard work, integrity, independence, and respect, have somehow been overshadowed by troubling norms, such as this dunce culture. We hear it in the music, the normalization of violence. These shifts threaten not just our social fabric, but our economic and national development. And all of this, I believe, is grounded in strengthening and promoting Jamaican culture. This is why many of our young people work and operate. The plan for culture on this side, it is grounded in solidifying who we are and who we want to be. To do this, we must invest in our culture and its expressions, nurture greatness, use the cultural norms to achieve our sustainable development goals and go for growth. We will present good governance for the cultural sector. Most of all, we'll be grounding our culture locally and taking it further globally. How then can we fail if we do this? These are the plans that we have that will take us to where we want our state of the nation to be. If we want to build a Jamaica where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive, we must reset our values and attitudes. A society rooted in hard work and independence fosters productivity, innovation, and resilience. Respect and integrity build trust and collaboration, essential for thriving democracy and economy. Changing the values and attitudes of a nation is no small task, we agree, but it is critical to unlocking Jamaica's full potential. The eternal question for us, though, is how? How? This, I believe, requires a multifaceted approach anchored in education, engagement, and leadership to reignite discipline and accountability, and a collective commitment to progress. The plans and programs in social transformation, culture, and citizen security that we have been engaged in provides answers to that question. We all know what needs to be done, but we are now focused on how, and we look forward to sharing that with Jamaica at just the right time. One of the critical pieces of that puzzle is the engagement of our young people. Mr. President, one of the greatest disservices that we have done to youth is selling them a dream that work hard, Be on your best behavior. Education will carry you through and guarantee success. But the reality for many of our young people is far different. Yes, unemployment remains a challenge, even with the data that we're seeing. But it is underemployment, working hard but barely earning enough to survive, that is robbing many of our young people of the dignity and of hope and of the possibility of thriving. The reality is felt acutely in industries like the BPO sector, where many workers, most of them young people, have to endure long hours. They have precarious contracts and limited job security, only to see job cuts erode what little stability they already had. Time come for a renewed focus on worker rights, ensuring that all Jamaicans have access to fair wages, safe working conditions, and opportunities for advancement. It is not enough to just create jobs. Yes, it is good, but we must have meaningful, sustainable employment that allows our youth to build lives of independence and prosperity. In particular, what we would like to see is a framework for independent workers and those in the gig economy, those seen as informal in the changing world of work. That is something that we need, a framework. Many of them are young people who are looking at more novel ways of working, moving outside of the traditional framework. We have to engage them. Moreover, when we look at some of these sectors that remain unstable, especially for our young people, we see that they don't have access to health insurance, pension, paid leave. And this further exacerbates the vulnerabilities faced by young employees. Requiring employers to provide these benefits would not only improve the quality of life for workers, but also contribute to long-term economic stability for families. Additionally, ensuring that young people have a platform to voice their concerns and advocate for real change in the workplace is increasingly essential. Mr. President, the youth of Jamaica are not looking for handouts. Many of them are just looking for opportunities.
You don't describe
They want a fair chance to succeed, to live in dignity, and to build lives that they can be proud of. These interconnected initiatives, rooted in values, community inclusion, and empowerment, will address the immediate challenges facing our youth, but also renew their faith in the promise of Jamaica. By investing in their development, by protecting their rights, by fostering an environment of opportunity, we can ensure that their deferred dreams become realized ambitions. This is the direction that Jamaica must take, and time comes to make it a reality. The time for empty promises is over. Our youth need bold, comprehensive action to address the challenges they face. My repeated calls over the years, Mr. President, for a national values and attitudes campaign has reached its use-by date. No more time to wait for the government to do its job. We have developed the policies, plans, and programs to once again instill respect, integrity, and civic pride among young Jamaicans, emphasizing the importance of hard work, accountability, and community building. We want this campaign to be complemented by robust safe sex and sexual education initiatives in schools and communities, because we have to address issues like teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections to equip our youth with knowledge to make responsible choices. These interventions must also take into account conflict management. Now I want to focus a little bit on community-based interventions, because communities or community development must be a cornerstone of our vision of change. In Northwest St. Anne, we want to become a model constituency for community engagement. As I walk through our towns, our communities, the message from our people is clear. They want better opportunities, especially for their children, for their grandchildren. Far too many young people in Northwest St. Anne are searching for purpose, while many of our community centers and spaces for young people to gather remain closed, covered in bush, and underutilized. This is the same across the country, and it cannot continue. Our program of re-engagement of youth must focus, Senator Crawford, on revitalizing our youth clubs and re-establishing community homework centers. These centers must ideally be located in our schools, which are already equipped to host these interventions. They will provide critical educational support for children in need. In Northwest St. Anne as well, Mr. President, we're committed to continuing the transformative Second Chance initiative, yes, which is something that we hope will be replicated across the country. Yes. This was introduced by then MP Dayton Campbell in 2012. Now, what we aim to do through the program is to give individuals, both young and old, the opportunity to achieve certification through high trust, along with the attainment of 5 CXC subjects. It will also offer grants for young entrepreneurs, along with capacity building. This initiative represents our commitment to advancing lives and creating new, diverse pathways for success. Another pressing priority that I cannot sit and not mention is affordable and accessible housing. When it was announced, while it was announced, I believe last year by the Prime Minister, that steps were taken to reserve some of the housing stock for young people under 35, we have to go further, because we still have a challenge of young people being able to afford the housing solutions that are on the market. And so we have to put in place innovative plans and approaches, such as a rent-to-own program and housing cooperatives, yes, Senator Crawford, to make home ownership achievable, more achievable for young Jamaicans.
Remember, I can write every speech over there.
Inclusion must also be an important pillar as we seek to build a country that takes into consideration people from all walks of life. I spoke earlier about the challenge of food insecurity and how it affects our children, our young people. Hunger should never be a barrier for education. And a few weeks ago, I moved a motion for the implementation of a national school nutrition policy, advocating for healthy, affordable food options for students who are most in need. To make this vision a reality, we see value in partnership between the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, and local farmers. By collaborating with CASE and other agricultural stakeholders, we want to see the rollout of a national school feeding policy that ensures that every child receives a nutritious meal daily, bridging the gap between classroom learning and healthy living. We've been saying to be implemented for a number of years now, and all we're asking is for it to be implemented once and for all. Just do it.
And bring your motion to the floor. Tell them to bring the motion.
And bring the motion so that we can debate it and move forward. That's all we are asking.
Bring the motion.
That's all we are asking. Lovely.
Bring the motion, bring it to the floor. Bring the motion.
Mr. President, one of my final points revolves around rural development. Rural Jamaica has long been the backbone of our nation's economy, culture, and identity. Yet, rural communities remain underserved and overlooked. In Northwest St. Anne, the challenges are glaring: poorly maintained roads, limited access to water, and insufficient support for our farmers who continue to work tirelessly to feed the nation. If Jamaica is to move forward, then rural development must be a national priority. And I'm proud to hear that the next government will prioritize rural development. Good roads, Mr. President, they are lifelines in rural communities. Connecting farmers to markets, children to schools, and residents to essential services. In Northwest St. Anne and other rural communities across the country, crumbling infrastructure has left too many communities cut off from opportunities and out of reach. Our people are bitterly complaining of thousands spent fixing their vehicles, the front end gone, and the lack of reliable public transportation and exorbitant taxi fares due to the state of the road. There are many people who face challenges getting emergency services because the road is that bad. The next government has committed to re-establishing a road maintenance fund, or re-establishing a road maintenance fund that will support rehabilitation of the road network across the country. Yes, I'm talking about that same road maintenance fund that was shut down in 2017. This fund also has to prioritize communities that has been neglected for far too long. We can't simply be patching the roads every time. We have to ensure that our roads are built to last, designed to withstand weather conditions, which we are familiar with in rural Jamaica, and are maintained over time. This is what we need to see, Mr. President. Agricultural development as well is key to unlocking economic growth in rural Jamaica. And we must do more to empower farmers. We must do more to ensure that they have the resources and the support to thrive. The next government, we have committed to providing training, access to modern farming technology, and affordable financing to encourage innovation and sustainability in the agricultural sector. We want to look specifically at women farmers who are critical to food production in rural Jamaica. We want them to benefit from targeted programs that provide grants, technical support, and access to land. Additionally, we want to work to strengthen our agricultural cooperatives and expand opportunities for rural farmers to access local and international markets, ensuring that they receive fair prices for their produce. Access to water. It remains one of the most pressing challenges for rural communities. In fact, Mr. President, in Northwest St. Anne, I hear the cries too often. Too many families are still relying on inconsistent water supply. forcing them to have to purchase water sometime with exorbitant cost. The next government has committed to investing in modern water infrastructure, such as reservoirs, wells, and rainwater harvesting systems. We will also work with community organizations to ensure sustainable water management practices, because we have to teach our people to take care of the resources that they have. Many rural communities, we're looking forward, you know, Senator, forward. And we're ready to do the work. Many rural communities as well rely on clinics as the main source of health care. In Northwest Centre, for example, I've already lamented the state of the clinics, especially those in Runaway Bay and Bamboo.
Yes.
The promised updates since that time still have not come.
Absolutely.
And another suggestion that I want to place on the table that is ideal especially for rural communities is to adopt the preventative healthcare model that we see being practiced in countries such as Cuba. And we hear mention of some of the preventative techniques that are being used. But all we're asking is to broaden the scope. Let us increase the number of community health aides and provide mobile health clinics. Let us do more. I did the math. And we're agreeing, but that is, listen, for the paper. That is almost one aid. No, hold on. You've had enough time. That's almost what? 1,000 patients, 1,000 plus patients to one aid. And what we're saying, we're grateful for the increase.
She spoke because of no moment. You are the one who's starring.
Mr. President, I believe we are all agreeing on the point. We are all agreeing on the point that there is merit. There is merit in us using this model of preventative health care to bring hope to the most remote areas of rural Jamaica. Mr. President, the future of Jamaica, I believe, depends on unlocking the potential of our rural communities. By investing in roads, agriculture, and water, the next government, we will improve the quality of life for people. Rural development cannot continue to be an afterthought. It is necessary for building a more inclusive, prosperous, and resilient Jamaica. In closing, we stand at a defining crossroads in our history. For far too long, the dreams of our people have been deferred. Far too many families have struggled in silence, yearning for a better tomorrow. That time is over because people time come. The young woman that I met in Brownstown who dreams of opening her own business. The farmer in Hazelwood working tirelessly to feed his family.
Yes, man.
The child in Tracy who dreams of becoming the first in the family to get a university education.
Absolutely.
The taxi operator in retirement who is overwhelmed by the cost of front-end paths and dreams of better roads. These are the people who drive my commitment. And they deserve much better.
Absolutely.
Hope, I dare say, is on the way. A new dawn is rising in this country. It is a dawn where every child will have access to opportunity, where every young person can feel empowered to pursue their dreams, and where every elder can rest easy, knowing that they're cherished and taken care of. I believe in the strength and resilience of Jamaicans. I believe in the creativity that lives in the minds of our people.
We do.
The perseverance of our workers.
We do.
And the unyielding spirit of our communities.
We do.
Together, we will transform dreams deferred into dreams fulfilled. We must dare to imagine a future where no child goes to bed hungry, where no young person feels that their potential is being wasted here, and where no elder is left wondering if their contributions mattered because they can't get the health care that they deserve. This is the Jamaica that we can and will build. Let us rise as one people with one vision, determined to fulfill the promise of independence. Let us step boldly into the future, guided not by fear, but by hope and certainty that our best days as a country are ahead of us.
Absolutely.
The time is now, and the hour is here. Together, we are moving forward, leaving no one behind. Let us change the state of our nation today to one we want for ourselves. That choice of change rests with us, and together we will make it. Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, see, I'm ready to go.
Practice.
I want to close with the words of our poet laureate, Lorna Goodison, who responds to the question, how far is it to Hearties? Believe, believe, and believe this, that I know how far Hearties is. Mr. President, Hearties is right around the corner. With good choices, Hearties, time come.
As you can hear, my people, that's all for now, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Catch you in the next one. I'm out for now.